Hands up if you're too poor to afford a Nintendo Switch, so you haven't actually played Animal Crossing New Horizons but love the characters and paint squishies of it anyway. That would be me. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I have a squishy deco. This one here took me so long, so I'm going to ask you now, if you want to subscribe, please do, because I'm trying to get more people to subscribe to my channel, because I say this in all my videos, at the moment only about 12% of people who watch them are subscribed. So that number has been climbing, by the way. It was like 8%, and since I started like asking you guys, you know, if you like my content, then to click that button, we've seen an increase. I would like to see it increase a little bit more, so yeah, if you want to, you know, stick around, press that button, I would be highly appreciative. So yeah, today's video is a squishy deco. I have decoed a rather common donut looking squishy. I've had this for a little while. I've actually had different coloured ones before, but I had a pink one kicking around on my desk the other day and I was like, I'm gonna paint that. So yeah, I spent about 3 days on this one. Honestly, it took me so long. That's why, I mean, if you want to show me some love, please do hit that subscribe button or the like button. I would be really grateful. So yeah, anyway, I'm just gonna get straight on into it and actually stop talking and just paint. Show you how I painted it. So like I said in the intro, this is the donut that I am redecorating today. It's just a common donut, one with a cute face on. I've had this for a while. I used to have a blue one as well, which I also decoed a while back, but yeah, this one here has just been sitting around on my desk and I figured now is the time to give it a makeover. So first of all, I mixed up some light blue, like a puffy paint, fabric paint mixture, and just painted on a thin layer of that. That kind of bubbled a little bit like I expect all of my paint to do, but I just built up really thin layers, and 3 was enough to completely cover it like so. I then moved on with, again, more puffy paint mixture. The mixture that I use is normal puffy paint from the brand Tulip, mixed in with a little bit of acrylic paint to tint it, and then mixing in some white PVA glue, and this brings out the most perfect texture. It's the same paint technique that I've used for the last couple of years now, and it just works out so well. So I started on by painting Isabelle. As you can see, I tried to make all of my characters like in my own sort of design, just a little bit more chibi, a little bit more kind of cuter. I don't really know how that kind of worked out, but I really like how Isabelle turned out. And yeah, basically the only changes I made was to make them like a little bit more simpler, changed the eyes on them to something more that I like little cute ones, and that's what I did. The like little brush that I'm using there is just a nail art brush. I actually bought this from eBay. They worked out really cheap, like £3 including delivery for 5 of them, and to be honest, I just used the one on this and it just, oh my goodness, it was a game changer, especially for those thin little lines. So moving on to the second character, I decided to paint Judy. I don't know if you noticed, but I painted half of it down in that lilac colour, and then with the blue blending that in, I just made sure the lilac was still wet, and I just sort of swirled and twirled it around using that little paintbrush. Painted on the details after that layer was then dry, and then painted on the white for the face. I find doing it in, you know, block coloured layers works out absolute best when you're doing things like this, and then doing the outline afterwards just works out better. If you have any questions, anything, just comment them down below obviously, but I'll just leave you with some music now so you can watch me paint these. Maybe that'll be a little bit satisfying for you, but yeah, I'll just leave you with some music. Again with Tom Nook, I just did this in the chibi-like style, just whatever came out of my brain really. Tried to do cute little eyes on there. Oh my goodness, I think it turned out absolutely adorable. I did end up painting Sherb next. You'll see it in just a second. Sorry if that's a giveaway. But to be honest, I did not like how he turned out at all. I tried to do him in my own style and it just didn't work out. So if you think he looks a little bit off, then that's pretty much why. But yeah, I tried my best. I tried to pick like little characters I liked, and I really liked the look of him, but the way I changed his face, I just don't think it really worked. But yeah, let me know what you think of him once it's done. So as you can see here, like you can all see the pencil marks. I did lightly kind of sketch out where I wanted each character to be, just to make sure that they were all equally spaced. This is something that I like to do on my more intricate squishy decos, just so that I get all the proportions right and kind of them spaced out right, because if I sort of winged it, then it wouldn't look half as good. As you can see here, I'm now painting on Sherb's eyes. I don't know what it is about them. They just looked a little bit odd, and I kept going back and forward and back, and I just settled with what I had there. Basically did it off camera, but yeah, not a massive fan. For the 5th character on my Animal Crossing Dorna, I actually painted, I think it's called Apple. It's like a little hamster. I think it's Apple. I think so. I should Google that, but I think it's Apple. Basically just a little pink hamster guy. Thought his face was adorable. So yeah, that's the 5th one that I chose. To be honest, I feel like I could have done a slightly better job with this. I did go back in and change it after I'd first painted on his face, just because I did a cuter version off camera because I didn't like it, then painted over a bit and redid it again. So that's the one you'll see in the final kind of like final bit. You'll see the face updated and that. But yeah, once all 5 characters were completely done, I did go in and add extra details in between each of them. I just want to do like the little kind of icons from the inventory. So I chose the turnips to begin with, and then a bag of bells. I then did a little leaf, a peach, and then just like the wood kind of sticks. I thought that would be a little fun kind of nod to the game, and they just filled out the little empty gaps in there. So again, I will leave you with some music. You don't need to hear my voice over and over and over. You can just watch me paint those now. Once all the little kind of icons were then painted, I decided to take one more step and paint the whole entirety of the donut, just because there were a few little defects, a few little paint smudges on there where my fingers kind of got paint on and stuff. So I just took a light donut colour again. I put a thin layer on to begin with that bubbled, and then I built it up over 2 to 3 layers more of paint. I then added some shading in, so like some lighter shades in towards the centre of the donut and the outside, and just started really working with 2 kind of shades of the same orangey colour, just mixing it down, making it a little bit more fun to look at compared to the plain orange that it was. To seal in all of my design, I just popped some PVA glue on there, really worked that into the squishy, making sure that it was all completely covered, and I let that dry down because obviously it dries clear. And once that was done, I was pretty much then complete. So this is the before and the after of the front. I absolutely love it. I think it looks so much more kind of, I don't know, less common now. The back is completely transformed as well. Instead of just being plain orange, it is really shaded, especially in person. The squishiness of it has changed as well. It's much more slow rising, as you can see here. And then I did go back in and add a layer of glitter as well. So if you can see it glittering and glistening, that's why. So here is the squishy all completely done. I did add a like really thin layer of glitter on there as well, so there is some iridescent little flakes all over it. I'm absolutely in love. The only regret I have on this deco is the fact that I painted the like back and like the base of the donut after I painted the kind of front. It just made it so much more difficult, but I'm really happy with how it has turned out. I think it's absolutely gorgeous, and yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already, and I will see you very soon for another one. Bye.